speaker, Mrs. Gauri Kumar. Gauri ji is a member of Executive Council of Wheels Global India. Previously, she led Wheels Water Council since its inception, member of the 1979 batch of Indian Administrative Services. Gauriji has held numerous senior leadership roles in her distinguished public service career in Gujarat State as well as Government of India. Former Chairperson, Public Sector Enterprises Board, Government of India, Secretary to Government of India in the Labour Ministry, Principal Secretary, Urban Development in Gujarat State, Principal Secretary, Industry and Mines in Gujarat State, Industries Commissioner in Gujarat State. I think the list will be quite long, Gauriji, if I cover all of that. The Vibrant Gujarat Summit 2009 was perfect example of Gauriji's leadership. Gauriji, I would like to request you covering a couple of questions as you share the GCAP innovation. Like rest of the society, our kids are today knee-deep in the world of mobile devices. How do we make it a big positive in their learning acceleration? And further, does innovation like GCAP, the Scholar Planet program, can it help level the playing field for large, remote, underserved millions of kids? With that, Gauriji, please take it away.
Thank you, Ratan, and warm greetings to everyone. I'm truly honored to be part of this powerful dialogue. Today's conversation is not just another webinar, it's a reflection on the kind of future we wish to shape together. And Shantilaji's established a very basic premise of what that future should look like. Not in boardrooms or metros alone, but in the remote villages of India, in the aspirations of children who wait patiently for a more equitable world. When we speak about rural education, it's not about textbooks or classrooms. It's about access to opportunity, to confidence, and to dignity. Over 800 million rural Indians depend on education as a key to transformation. So we must act with urgency, with speed, and most importantly, with scale. Let me respond to the two questions, Ratan, you asked, because they strike at the very heart of this mission. The truth is, mobile phones are no longer a luxury. They are daily reality. Even in homes without piped water or stable electricity, you'll often find a smartphone shared between siblings, borrowed from a parent, but still there. Statistically, almost 85% of Indian households now possess at least one smartphone. And mobile usage among youth aged 15 to 29 is over 96%, even in rural areas. The average Indian consumes a sizable 24 gigabytes of mobile data every month. Facts bust popular myths of limited access to mobile telephones in rural areas. So instead of resisting screen time, let us redirect it. Let us convert distraction into engagement, passive scrolling into active learning. Again, technology is the most potent tool to overcome resource constraints and inequity of opportunities. That's why we built Scholar Planet, an integrate mobile first platform that is bilingual, low bandwidth, offline capable, mapped fully to the government curriculum, and designed specifically for the rural learner. It is simple, intuitive, fun, and trusted by teachers. It's formally approved as teacher approved by Google. We didn't ask children to abandon their devices. We met them where they were and gave them something meaningful. In Uttar Pradesh, children in government schools, government secondary schools are now learning science, maths, humanities, commerce as per their choice, revising chapters, attempting quizzes, and even exploring artificial intelligence on their own phones and their own time. A little girl in Sitapur once told us, अब फोन सिर्फ टाइम पास के लिए नहीं है, पढ़ने के लिए भी है. That one sentence signals the beginning of a mindset shift, a transformation in the making. Now to the second question. Yes, GCAP helps level the playing field for millions of remote and underserved kids. But let me take you deeper on what defines us or how we are different as a model and as a belief system. Our startup GCAP was born not from venture capital or with unicorn dreams, but from personal conviction, with our own pensions and passion, with the goal to leave no child behind. We stayed invested from our pensions to maintain the flexibility to build with patience, empathy, and responsiveness, not the pressure of rapid scaling. With its targeted focus on government schools, our integrated technology platform, Scholar Planet, stands as a holistic, affordable, and powerful solution for comprehensive statewide educational transformation. It distinguishing itself as a uniquely comprehensive and highly cost effective edtech platform designed to empower every stakeholder in the education ecosystem, including students, teachers, and multi tier administrators. Our learnings and insights, interestingly, came from 4 years of intensive ground connect, listening, responding, and co creating with communities. That's why we are not seen as outsiders, but as allies, trusted by teachers, accepted by schools. We started our government collaborations with schools in the Union Territory of Ladakh, then the Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. We then selected Uttar Pradesh, the state of Uttar Pradesh, as one of the most challenging geographies, precisely because of its complexity, and yet with champion officers, with the shared goal of achieving enhanced learning outcomes in underserved geographies and user segments. And we have grown from an initial pilot last year with just 105 schools to over 2,000 government schools today. Nowhere close to you, Mutaji, but still, in a year, we have been able to achieve this scale, potentially reaching nearly 5 lakh students. And this was achieved in less than a year. We identified the key elements that make a transformational edtech platform and integrated in our platform. First of all, it has to be a single integrated platform for all stakeholders. It should be simple and fun to use. Universal accessibility and easy adoption is very important. And so we design for low connectivity regions, shared devices, limited digital literacy, and multilingual support with read aloud features for widespread use. Affordability and cost efficiency is another important parameter. We also empower the teachers by onboarding through induction, teacher training, simplify digital engagement, and position them as facilitators, not as bystanders, which is what is happening in to many teachers in government schools. Interactive learning, again, is a feature which fosters collaboration through peer and multiplayer learning and integrates classroom teaching with homework assignment and self learning. Everything happens in the same app and the same technology platform. We also have adaptive learning tools for students as per competency levels. We have holistic learning through academic plans, engaging video lectures, class notes, key points, and MCQ assessment tests. Comprehensive content covers grade 3 to 12 subjects, complete secondary school curriculum, fully mapped across all subjects, including science, humanities, and commerce streams. We also cover Olympiads, competitive exams, JEE, NEET, English learning, and educational games. Next Gen AI is integrated with AI curriculum, AI based question feedback, and Scholar Buddy chatbot. And it's not as if we started with all of this. We learned as we went because we kept listening very carefully and responding. We provide actionable insights through personalized dashboards for real time monitoring and planning. We recently introduced multi device usage through both mobile and web version because that was the demand that came from the schools and the teachers. We have blended human tech model, something which was mentioned by the previous speaker. Our field teams regularly visit schools, conduct offline contests, and bridge the digital divide with personal touch. You need to have a hybrid model, a blended human tech model. We also pride ourselves on the fact that we provide an administrative bridge. We align with the state systems while offering easy plugins for administrators to track outcomes. We have stayed committed to universal education, not just science and maths. As someone who received 7 gold medals in mathematics and a Lit Hour fellowship, by Harvard University for commitment to excellence, to academic achievement, and to public service. I still say with conviction, if we are to nurture well rounded, creative, and empathetic thinkers, humanities subjects must share equal space with science and maths. And again, it's like most of us rigorous and analytical folks are actually from science background, and the bias in research is to be expected. Our focus has also been on universal accessibility and quick adoption by users in rural and urban areas and across all economic strata. We therefore adapted to the ground realities of low connectivity, low hardware resource availability, inadequate availability of mobile devices, use cases of absence of individual user mail IDs or phone numbers, acceptability by overburdened teachers and students. These are brilliant teachers, brilliant students, but they are actually overburdened, and they need to see us as allies rather than as adding to the burden. We also have feature cost efficiency, and most importantly, simple to use. The most significant mantra, that's what I learned in all my years of college, that the easier it is to use, the better is its acceptance. Scholar Planet actually is like water, we like to believe. It adapts to the needs of the state, the region, and the child. Whether it is remote and hilly areas like Ladakh or the Hindi heartland or the Northeast, where we worked with Kendriya Vidyalaya. One of our most inspiring teachers in Mirzapur had never used an app before. Today, she's creating chapter summaries. A student from a school set up 65 years back by my grandparents in a small Mufassir town called Talgram once used to struggle with English. Today, he leads peer learning groups through multiplayer modules. He has got his friends to come, contests, participates in contests, and encourages them. These are not exceptions. These are templates for scalable transformation. What has also stood out for us is the remarkable vision among several government champions, visionary leaders who often bring a nuanced, practical, and inclusive approach. Mr. Deol here is a fine example from the government of Maharashtra. It is because of such leadership that we have been able to scale from a pilot of 105 schools, 45,000 students in Uttar Pradesh, to over 2,000 schools reaching 5 lakh students today. These champions also help us to act as a bridge between policy and ground reality. We have found schools where smart boards remain locked because principals fear damage. Schools where hardware lies unopened due to lack of training. Government girls' intercolleges are forced to offer home science instead of mathematics due to lack of qualified teachers. I could go on. We are also
Thank you.
firmly committed to collaborations across the spectrum from government to foundations to technology giants to content creators who have helped us to combine innovation and scalability of a technology led approach with agility, empathy, responsiveness, speed, scale, and affordability. With the support of CSR partners, we are now working to develop selected districts as model hubs for transformative secondary education. I will close with a small Sanskrit prayer. Samasta lokas sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy. And happiness, I believe, begins with education, with agency, with the ability to dream. Let us not pilot change anymore. Let us scale it with courage, with compassion, speed, and through partnerships. Thank you.
Thank you, Gauriji. What an inspiring way to close. And it's amazing to see the transformation from a policy leader to technology innovator and solving some of the toughest problems. So thank you, Gauriji.
Thank you.